guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Oh, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here yet again to do another one of the crazy craft challenges that Pam over at the Paper Outpost and Louisa Heinzel have been putting together. So I've done the first one so far, which was the blindfold clusters. Oh my goodness, how difficult was that? And yeah, I would like to come along and do the finger painting challenge now. So I've got a whole bunch of paints here, which are probably off the screen and you probably can't really see them. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different colours, you know, to play with and, you know, hopefully play around with. And then I've got these little, you know, photo paper things, which I had bought these, I think it was last year at a car boot sale. Sorry, I'm just flicking my hot glue gun on, so I've got that ready for in a minute. Yeah, I bought them from a car boot sale and they are obviously glossy on this side, and you know the back side is the sort of matte side of the photo quality paper. Now I used these previously when I was playing around with inks, and I then got lots of people suggesting that actually I use the reverse side for them. So that's what I'm going to try today. Again, who knows? I don't know whether this is going to pan out or not, but I'm thinking let's do 3. That seems to be my number at the moment, where you know, anything more than that is just, you know, crazy to think that I'm going to achieve anything more than 3. So yeah, I'm just going to put them down like that. Now probably what I need to do is gesso over them in the first place, so that I've got a surface to be able to, you know, finger paint onto these, and then hopefully it's going to be able to, you know, be quite nice and, I was going to say smeary, but I think probably the correct term is blendy. So yes, let's try and stick with the correct terms, at least at the beginning of the video. So yeah, just put in some gesso on these like that. Okay, now again, trying to make these very you know, just rough and ready, not trying to be like too neat and tidy or anything like that. All I'm actually, you know, wanting to do is sort of prime them so that they've got a good blendable surface for when I go on with the paints. So again, just go on with this one. Oops. Right, so I've just quickly done that, and then I've dried them off with my heat tool, so trying to kind of spare you the pain of just watching me do that. They're not 100% dry, but you know, they're drier, so yeah. And then I've got bits here to use as toppers. So I've got these, or this, which is one of my vintage photo printables. Oh, so I've now got gesso on there. So I'm going to just kind of pop that down on one of these. Now I want obviously this sort of, I'm not saying the star of the show, because of course the topper is going to be the star of the show, but I want the effects to all be really the painted background. So yeah, this is kind of like really out there for me, because normally, you know, I love all my pattern papers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to just see if I can actually achieve, you know, something really pretty that literally is predominantly, you know, painted and yeah, not kind of having any background papers as such kind of glued down. So let's pop her on. So I'm just going to, yeah, glue her down, because I'm thinking, you know, shall we try and actually paint a little bit over her, you know, which again, not sure how this is going to be, but fingers crossed. You know, I feel a bit nervous because I'm not really all that brilliant with paints and things like that. So yeah, just fingers crossed that we're going to be able to make this look good. So I'm going to have her, I think, to the side like that. So just glued her down just with the wet glue, so she's nice and flat onto there. So oops, I think I have now smudged more gesso on her. Oh, I need to obviously dry it off a little bit more. Thought I'd dried it enough, but yeah, maybe not. So that's that one. Now another thing that I thought that I would quite like to do is have a window on here. Now the window, obviously this one is a white one. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry if you can hear that motorbike. It's so loud. So loud, like I thought it was actually stopping outside my house. It's unbelievably loud. So I think what I might do is just ink this up a little bit, just with my walnut stain, just so it's not quite so white, like that. And then I think for this one, I might do the background first and then glue it down. Oh, it's a tough decision. But yeah, I'm thinking kind of maybe do some background first, and then I will probably do some more background, if you see what I mean, once I've glued it down. But yeah, I think perhaps I want to get some background in amongst that as well. And then I've got some of my large images here. So again, let's just see what we've got. Got this big butterfly. Should we do that? Or shall we do the blue one? Oh, do you know, let's go for this one. Let's be really mad and out there today because, yeah, just feel like being like that. So, right, I'm going to pop this down. And again, I'm going to do this one first and then paint in totally around it. Well, not around it. It's going to sort of smudge into it. This is the plan. I don't know how this is going to be, but I mean, it seems that when I've looked at the finger painting challenge, you know, there's a mix of people using their fingers to do something actually, you know, incredibly artistic and, you know, wonderful, like a sort of piece of art. Now that seems very ambitious for me, it's got to be said. So I'm thinking use my fingers to create just backgrounds, really. You know, just like a smeary, smudgy background, you know, because hopefully that's just going to be more forgiving when you're not particularly, you know, well, particularly great at painting, and especially if you were going to be painting just with your fingers. So, right, I'm going to have to dry these off a little bit more. I'm so sorry. I thought that I had done them sufficiently, but obviously not. The fact that I have then been dabbing gesso around would suggest that they haven't been dried sufficiently. So, just going one or two more bits. Like that. Okay. And I'll just do this one. Right, and then let's do the one that's going past the window. So I might start with the window one, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking let's start with the window one. So, right, let's just make this up. Okay, what colour shall we mix the window one with? So out of my selection of colours. I mean, I love this colour, I have to say. I'm wanting to do something a bit more muted. I know, I mean muted. Hello, have I seen the colours that I brought along? Yeah, me and muted doesn't really seem to go together. So I've bought some new white paint because I was doing something recently and I really needed some. Oh my goodness, did not expect that to come out quite so quickly. And I probably should have actually applied it onto my mat rather than direct onto my card. So yeah, let me just clean my mat off a little bit, and then I'm going to just, you know, smoosh that down so that the majority of it now is on the mat. Okay, right, so use my finger. I mean, obviously to me, finger painting, I just think of dab like that. And I'm not saying I'm not going to do any dabbing, but I want to start off by doing, you know, a bit of a more, yeah, just rough painting effect. So, okay, like that. Okie dokie. And then just going to take this gorgeous colour here, Sea Spray, this one's called. And I'm hoping that this is going to just look really pretty on here. So, right, and I've actually remembered to pour it onto the mat this time. So yeah, that was a miracle. Right. So just going to smear this in. So I've got a bit more of a sort of smudgy thing going on, with some sort of, you know, touches of this bluey greeny colour. Now that window's quite big, so I just must be aware that I'm probably going to cover a lot of this up yet. So like that, I'm thinking. Aren't the colours just so pretty together? And then I'm really into using my gold at the moment. So I've just got some gold paint here. This is the slightly less vibrant of the two golds that I had. I finished the other one up yesterday. Right. Now, do I clean my finger in between? It probably doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, just gonna just, you know, just literally kind of do just the odd drag. So I don't want it sort of obviously, you know, like a big patch, if you see what I mean, but just like that. So I've just got drag marks in there. So again, just going to put that to one side just to dry off before I'm going to be gluing that window down. So let's just put that to one side. Right, let's bring in this lady. So for her, I'm not thinking the same greens, although I probably am actually for this one. So just before I, you know, do her, I'm just going to go around with the butterfly one. Now I want to go over the butterfly a little bit with the paint. So hopefully I'm going to get a sort of really arty type look to this. Oh my goodness. Not like that, I'm not. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like I say, I mean, I'm feeling a little bit nervous here. So, because this is like really out of my comfort zone, you know, doing this type of thing. It's not a familiar thing for me. Not a technique that I would use ordinarily. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in with a bit of that bluey green sea spray stuff, because what a gorgeous colour. And just again, just mop up my table. Okay. So I've got some lumps picking up in my paint, if you can see that. I'm actually going to leave those because I think it's perhaps quite nice to have that lumpy kind of effect. It maybe looks a little bit more texture pastish. So yeah, I'm going to try and leave those. Now I just want to go in with some gold down here. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was not great, was it? Okay. Like that. And down here as well. Right, I mean, I'm not saying it's looking great, but, you know, I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Now, oops. I don't know what this would look like if I actually do, you know, like dabs like a child would finger paint. So let's just quickly see how they would look. Oh, not great. Not great at all. Let me use a different finger. All right, let's try a few with my little finger. So, might need a bit more paint there. Okay. Oops. It very quickly kind of obviously mixes in with the other colours. So, yeah, just something to like be aware of, I suppose, there. Well, a bit sploshy. Oops, now dropped it straight into there. Dearie me, what a messy crafter I am. Right, so I don't know if you can see. I mean, obviously I've got those kind of like pointy bits, you know, where this has, you know, like where I've dabbed it on. So just going to try and like get rid of those a little bit. So, I mean, actually this is kind of helping because these are now turning out a bit more, you know, what's the word? Like less defined. So, yeah, I mean, I have my doubts about doing this, but actually I think this is actually quite a good way to lessen, you know, lessen how definite these are on the page, if that makes sense. So, yeah, just, again, go in with this one. Right, I've mucked that top one up quite a bit. So what I might do is kind of gild around the edge of here. Like that. Okay. Probably a little bit over that butterfly as well. Let me take it like that a bit more. Okay. maybe a little bit down here. Just running down that edge. Maybe go in a bit. Okay. And I might have a little bit of white here actually, around that edge. Yeah, quite like how that looks. Maybe a bit up here. Okay, right. I have to stop in a second before I just get a bit carried away and, you know, end up not really very happy with this. Right, so I'm just going to put this to one side. I mean, it's not looking great so far, but I'm hoping that it's going to by the end. Who knows whether it's going to. Right, just mop this up. So this lady, obviously I don't really want it all looking the same. I definitely am liking the white, so thinking definitely kind of keep her with some white stuff going on. Wonder what other colour. I don't know. Is this just like a crazy colour to add? Oh, do you know, let's go for it, because yeah, I mean, sometimes you've got to just push yourself out of your comfort zone, haven't you? And if, you know, if you don't, then obviously, what's the point? Right, now I'm going to again try and kind of smudge over her as well, like I did with that butterfly. So, you know, I always think if you find a method that you're not that happy with, hey, do it again. Because I wasn't that happy with the mess I made of the butterfly. And now what am I doing? Doing it all over again, just with the photograph now. So what is wrong with me? Okay. But I guess, you know, you don't kind of improve, do you, and get better if you just then shy away from doing things. So, you know, you're only going to improve, I suppose, by practicing. So, yeah, right. Trying to keep this little patch here that I'm working in clearer. But it's not very easy, it's got to be said. Oh, my goodness. Now I've rolled my blendy tool in amongst the paint. Right. Oh, gosh, I wonder what this is going to look like. Let's see. Bright, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be said. Very bright. Oh dear. Oh well. Let's just go for it, you know. In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. Okay. Like that. I'm wondering now whether I could go in with another colour mixed in with that yellow. Oh, this is where I need to kind of go back to school and remember what colours make what. So if I mix, oh, I don't know. I mean, what does yellow and green make? I know probably loads of you are shouting at me and I'm just like a complete div and can't remember, you know, what colours these make. But, oh my goodness, I mean, how yummy does that look? I mean, it's not exactly subtle, is it? But it is very, very pretty. So I'm going to go in with some of that, I think. Yeah, okay. Let me just take that down, just in one or two places. Okay. Oh, I love how that looks. I mean, this is very, very, very different for me. You know, yeah, very different, but really love how that looks. So again, just going to kind of like drag some gold in amongst that. And then I might just do like a few little stipples around. Like that. Oh, that's quite a nice effect, isn't it? Yeah, liking that, I must say. Again, oops, mopping this up. Okay, just wondering whether I want to do a bit of stippling over here so they've got less of an obvious drag. So, yeah. Oh, I'm loving that stippling, I must say. Really changes the look, doesn't it? I mean, I loved it as the drag, but weirdly, it just is kind of adding something else altogether, isn't it? By having the stippling going on. Yeah, really, really nice. Okay. Yeah, love how that looks. Right, just go in a bit there, and then again, oh dear, maybe a little bit sort of greener in the corner there. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. I mean, you probably are sat there thinking, what? What's she talking about? That just looks hideous and messy, but oh, I really, really love it. Right, okay, let's put that to one side. Just wipe my finger and bring the window one back in. So obviously this is not quite dry, so let me just quickly dry it off. Again with the heat tool. Okay. Oh, I must say, I'm having such a lot of fun with this. I really was very nervous about doing this video. A bit like I was with the blindfolded clusters, you know, because it's very different for me. But yeah, it's really quite fun, quite freeing. Right, just decide which way up I want this. So I'm going to have it like that, I think. Oops, and the window wants to stick down straight away. So, right, let's pop the window down. Now, I'm going to have to cut half of this window off because, of course, it's too big for the piece. Come on. Really could do with getting a new glue out, but I'm just being stingy, wanting to use every single last drop. So, yeah, persevering with it for the minute. Okay. So that's my window. Again, I mean, how lovely does that window look? Just on there like that. And I'm just going to cut that down from the other side. Okay. Oh dear, my desk is so messy. Right, so again, what I might do is do a little bit more of that dabby effect. Now, just going to go in again like that, because yeah, I really quite like that. And I'm just going to mix in a little bit of the, I think the yellow. Oh dear, I'm regretting doing that now a bit, because that yellow's yeah, maybe not looking so good on here. So right, going to try with my wipe to get rid of that yellow. I don't know whether this is going to work or not, so let me use a clean wipe, otherwise I'm just dragging probably more yellow and green on. Okay, so just taking that off as best I can, so as I can keep it, you know, more the white and the blue and the gold again. So let me just grab some more gold. Okay, and then some more of that lovely blue. This is such a lovely colour, honestly. Just love it. Right, okay. So yeah, again, just going to dab it here, and just a little bit of the gold dabbed in as well. And then just going a bit over the window to sort of, you know, merge it in a bit more now with the background. Sounds a bit like a typewriter, doesn't it? I mean, if you could type that fast, but yeah, I mean, I definitely can't, but it just has a bit of a sound of a typewriter going on. Okay, just mop this up. And then I'm just going to put a bit more up here, I think, because obviously we've got a bit of a white patch going on there, which doesn't really look that great. Okay. Oh dear, a bit overdid the gold there. Right. Go in a bit more with some more white and some more of the blue. Okay, let's have a look now. Yeah, quite liking how that looks. Right, let me get another wipe out and again mop up the desk a bit. So, oops. Okay, right, which one shall we bring back in first to sort of decorate up? And yeah, perhaps we'll bring the butterfly back in. So again, I'm just going to dry this off a bit because of course it's a little bit on the wet side. So yeah. Okay. And of course now I'm being really, really stingy because I'm now thinking, oh, I've got all that paint still on the desk, which how wasteful to just now chuck that away, or, you know, clear it up and wipe it up. So I'm now thinking I had best, you know, mop that paint up, or yeah, mop that paint up with another card. So I'm just going to take my wet wipe, just drag it over these, just because I don't want to waste that paint. So I've got these then for another day to do something else with. So yeah, oh my goodness, look at that gorgeous colour. Oh, loving how this looks, I must say. Why have I not done this before? Hey, I'm much quicker than anything else, isn't it? So yeah, love how that looks. Right, again, let me just wipe this off. Oh my goodness, come on. Right, just go in with the last one. Well, hopefully it's the last one. I think probably this will be the last one, because I've wiped all the paint off now. Okay, well, this one's very yellow. Yeah, I might struggle to use this one because I'm not really a yellow fan. But I mean, I say this all the time, but yeah, I kind of never drawn to yellow, but I see other people use it and do always quite like it. But I don't know, when I try and use it, I'm never that pleased. Or, well, I just never feel like using it in the first place, perhaps I should say. I don't mind it when I do use it, but yeah, it's just not a colour that ever calls to me in the first place. Right, okay. Quickly tidy up, clear all that up. Okay. Right, okay. Oh, goodness. Could I have made more mess of my mat there? Not really, could I? Right, let's bring that butterfly one back in. Like that. And yeah, let's just finish it off with some bits and bobs. So, thinking some stamping would look really nice with it. So, let's just see what stamps I've got here. Don't know. Yeah, maybe this. So what I'm going to do is just tear off some book page that I can cover up some of that butterfly with, because I'd rather not stamp too much over the butterfly. I mean, obviously there might be bits that's unavoidable, but if I can avoid it, then I'm going to try to avoid it. So let's just get my Stays On. And again, you know, and I say this all the time, I love Stays On ink, and yeah, I know it's not everybody's thing, but yeah, I do really love it. So I'm just doing this off a couple of times onto here, just so that hopefully I get a nice crisp impression. Just wondering whether this is my old Stays On. I normally write the dates on the bottom of my Stays On, and you know, this time I forgot to do that. And yeah, silly me, because you know, when they start getting dry, then you know, it is so useful if you've got the dates written on there. Oh gosh, now I've ruined my stamp. Picking up paint, it wasn't obviously as dry as I'd hoped. Oh dear. Now dipped my paint into the Stays On. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I might have a little bit up here perhaps. Oops. Oh, for some reason, like, my phone has been like on silent, like for ages, and then people obviously can't get hold of me. So I've finally managed to sort it out. So yeah, I've obviously now got a text. So that's what that little ping kind of noise was. But yeah, I don't know. I hadn't really realised. And my son said to me, "Oh, Mum, it's because you've muted it at the top." You know what? I thought I've been pressing the like volume up button. I have perhaps been pressing the mute button instead. So of course then, you know, my phone's on mute. So yeah, not really very helpful. So hopefully going forward, it's going to be a bit more, you know, a bit better now. Okay. Oh gosh, I've picked up more paint onto my stamp. What is wrong with me? Right, let's get the last little bit here. here, I think. Okay. I mean, how nice does that look? I do love a bit of stamping, it's got to be said. Just, you know, really, really like stamped pieces. So, yeah, right. Now I'm going to just quickly put this to one side, and again, hoping it's going to dry, and we'll do one of the others. So let's pull this one in. Let's again just going to dry her off a bit more, because I'm pretty sure that she must still be quite wet as well, just like the other one. Okay. Because it would be obviously so much better if I'm not actually, you know, stamping over wet paint, because of course it doesn't really take that brilliantly then. Okay. So for this one, I'm thinking, let's do a bit of stenciling, and I'm thinking maybe in the white. So I have brought along my Stamperia stencil. Now this is that really flimsy one, so I hope I don't regret this, because yeah, I feel like this could be a bit of a mistake doing this with fingers and paint. I feel like this could be a bit of a washout. Let's try it. Okay, right, fingers crossed here. So probably best I don't have too much paint on my finger. Okay. Just trying to dab it around a bit. Okay. Oh, not brilliant, is it? Yeah, it was a little bit sort of wet paint really, but it's okay. So let's just go in here and do a little tiny bit down here, I'm thinking. Maybe there. Okay. Let's just kind of dab that now, because otherwise it's got just that very definite square off edge, if you see what I mean. So yeah, like that, I think. Okay, that's probably enough there with that stencil. And then again, thinking, do we want to stamp onto here? I mean, I do just love stamping, I must say. And, you know, especially on the black, because it just makes everything stand out so brilliantly. And just, again, dry that paint off a bit more. Okay. Okay, hopefully that's dry enough. So now thinking, yeah, possibly going on this side with some, I was just wondering if that was my new black stays or not there. No, it wasn't. Let me see whether I can find it, because yeah, I feel like that was definitely not my new one that I used previously, and it probably wasn't as black as I would have liked. No, of course, no, I can't see it anywhere. Oh, this might, no, that's not either. Oh, how annoying. Oh, well, never mind. Right, never mind. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. Oh, no, hold on. There's another one here. Maybe this is my other one. Right, this might be my newer one. So hopefully this one actually is going to be blacker. Let's just see. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm just going to turn her this way, because I just want to get a bit of this text going on down here. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? I mean, I didn't get that straight, obviously, so it could have looked better had it been straighter, but, you know, I still think it looks nice, even though it's not straight. So I'm just going to put her to one side. I'm just going to pull this butterfly one back and just fill in 1 or 2 spaces with this on here, actually. Just because I can't tell you how much I think this looked so nice. So, yeah. Okay. Right. Probably that's enough. Yeah, probably that's enough on there. Okay, let's put that stamp away. Right, let's pull in the window one. Okay, so I've probably got enough of the finger painting, so let's get rid of that off the desk. Right, again, let's just quickly dry this off. Now, I wonder if we could do this. Oh, I mean, I've got a vision in my mind. The execution of this is probably going to be horrendous. So I feel embarrassed to even mention what is going on in my mind, because I'm thinking it's probably not going to resemble it at all once it's done. But I'm wondering very much if we could have like a sort of climber type effect going on this. You know, like climbing flowers. I don't know whether this is going to look right. They might just look absolutely rubbish. But yeah, let's give it a try. So I'm just cutting these out. These are very fine sort of flowers, which I'm thinking would be perfect for, you know, the vision that is in my mind. Like I say, whether or not this will look anything like that vision is completely, you know, another story altogether. But yeah, let's just cut this out. Just going to take it like different bits, if you see what I mean. Oh, that just looks awful, doesn't it? Awful. Right. Let's still persevere and just see whether if we had more of this, whether it would look more climby. You know, more like a climbing flower. It's not looking like it so far, is it? No. Oh, do you know, I might have to not do that because, yeah, it looks pretty rubbish so far. What about, because it could just be that I've picked the wrong flower. Just tear this one down. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a good day, maybe doing some crafting. How's it going? Are you joining in this crazy craft challenge? Have you joined in that blindfolded one? Wow, I mean, that was crazy to say the least. Oh, this is not looking good either. I might have to not do this because, yeah, I don't think I'm getting quite the effect that I was hoping to achieve with this. Just looks awful. I wonder if I could have that down there. I'm not sure that looks very good either, to be honest. Not sure about this. It's looking pretty diabolical, isn't it, so far? Let's just take one of my butterflies. Okay. Like that. So yeah, I've then got my collage, you know, with the letters from my name, and then I think I'm kind of then like up to date, you know, with the things that sort of, you know, you've got to do, if you see what I mean. Right, now I have to say, I mean, personally, I much prefer it without these. I'm wondering whether if I kind of maybe gessoed or something on top of these, whether I could make them look, you know, blending in enough. So I'm just going to try this. You know, so they then look part of the page enough. Because at the moment, they're obviously, you know, standing out like a sore thumb. So I'm thinking if I like gesso over them like this, would they then, you know, merge in so they actually look like a, you know, more cohesive piece on here? Or I don't know. Let me just stand up and sort of look down on it, because often you do just get such a different feel, don't you, when you sort of look down on something. I mean, I wanted it to look a bit like a sort of window box, you know. I'm not sure it's really got quite that effect. Oh, do you know, let's go for it, because I'm trying to be a bit more adventurous and, you know, push myself outside of my boundaries. And of course, I never actually do anything like this. I'll never achieve that, will I? So, yeah, let's put this down. Okay, right. So, sticking that one down on there. And then I think what I need to do is probably take a little bit more of the colours, the paints, and blend them in, if you see what I mean. So that, again, that's just blended then, oops, into what's already on the card. So let me just put this out of the way. Again, just get a little bit of white and then a little bit of the gold. And then hopefully, you know, this will then blend in and tie in a bit more, you know, than it obviously is right now, which of course is not really at all. So, yeah. Okay. Like that. You know, and hopefully that's just kind of then allowed it to, you know, blend in and look like it was part of the card. Well, I'm not quite convinced, to be honest, but hey, hopefully once we've stuck the butterfly on and things, maybe it will look better then. So yeah, let's do that. And then I'm just going to I've got some of my words here, so let me just grab those. Hold on. No, not labels, words. I'm thinking the black words would be really nice on here. So yeah, with the butterfly, I'm just going to hot glue that butterfly down. Like that. Just on there. Get some words out. So we've got learning to dance in the rain. Shall we try that one? I'll just cut that down. I might have to split it further, so maybe learning like that. So we maybe have learning to dance in the rain, like that. Yeah, I mean, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then what I'm thinking is maybe some black at the top to tie the black words in. So let's just go hot glue this one down. Oops. See, I need to be careful because I've got lots of wet paint on here. Oh gosh, she says as she dips it straight into the paint. Oh, it was going to happen, wasn't it? Let's face it. It was not likely to not happen. Okay. Oh, come on. Right, in the rain. Like that. Okay, so that looks quite nice, doesn't it? I am wondering whether I should even, you know, outline the window. I'm not sure. Not sure that that's quite probably the thing. But what I am wondering is if we could use our black watercolour pencil. Again, I should probably dry this, shouldn't I? Because this is just a mistake if I'm not drying that paint. So this one's almost going a bit more like an art journal page now, I feel. Oh gosh, I hope I don't muck it up now, but okay, and I'm just going to then go around here a bit. So this is my watercolour pencil, and yeah, just kind of going with some black. But hopefully then, you know, I can then blend this out just to create some sort of shadowing going behind it. So now wondering whether I could just use my wet wipe. So again, this is a bit like finger painting, because, you know, finger painting with a wipe now. Okay. Oh, love how that looks. That looks so cool, doesn't it? Yeah, really love that. And just a bit more here. Oh, I love how that looks. That's so, so pretty. And then I'm just wondering whether I might do similar, just like in the corner. So, and maybe in two of the corners, to be honest. So just going to put this here like that. And then maybe a bit here. Like that. Okay. So just smoosh this round like that. Okay. Oh dear. Got this horrible feeling I've now spoilt this a bit, but again, you know, the wipes are pretty good because we can kind of go in and tone it right down. Just going to go in there because it's not really up to the edge. Okay. Oh dear, I think I'm just wiping it off really. So yeah, I'm not sure how successful that is. So I think what I might do now is just to finish it off with the black is I'm just going to go around here with the black stays on. Which of course is not really taking because it's all soggy and wet at the moment, but yeah. Ordinarily that would obviously take a lot better. So I probably should wait for it to dry. But yeah, just kind of go in there like that. Maybe around all the edges. Okay. And just a bit across there. Like that. Okay. Well, I do quite like that, I have to say. It's very, very, very different to me, or, you know, for me. But yeah, I really, really love it. So yeah, that's that one. Right, next one. We shall do this one. Now, I can't help but feel like perhaps we'll do similar with her, to be honest, because yeah, I really liked those tones of the black being added. So again, just going to go round with my watercolour pencil and then try and just, you know, get some of this black going on. So again, just taking my wet wipe and then just, you know, dragging that down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Got a bit of an overdose of black going on there, but okay. Just go in a bit more. Perhaps I've been getting a bit carried away here. I'm thinking my ability was better than it was. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look so bad now. And again, then I'm just going to go in with my black stays on. And, you know, just all around the edges like that. And, you know, some of it's dabbing on to the paint. But actually that's really nice because it's giving it a bit more light dimension and texture in there. You know, so I'm not worried at all if it's, you know, if it's picking up elsewhere. I actually think that's quite nice. So, like that. Okay. Really, really, really nice. So, and again, I might just have some more black words on here. What about Once Upon a Time? Okay. Let's just see. Just cut this one down a bit more. Okay. And the edge. Yeah, that looks very nice, doesn't it? Yeah, I really like that. And then maybe a butterfly on there. What do we think? Or maybe a bow? I don't know if a bow is quite right, to be honest, but let's try it. You know, because again, like I always say, you know, you don't know until you try, and sometimes it's the things that you least expect that actually look, you know, look the best. So yeah, it's always kind of worth having a bit of a try, isn't it? I mean, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Again, you know, very, very, very different type of look for me. Sorry about that. Right, yeah, very, very different like kind of look for me, but you know, nice, I think. Well, hopefully you guys think it's nice. Just before I just glue that on there, I'm just going to check that I wouldn't prefer a butterfly. So I don't know whether I've got one that's quite the right colour. I mean, we could have something like this, which is then a bit of a contrast, rather than trying to go with, you know, a green or a yellow. This obviously is picking up a lot more of the black. So this might be, you know, quite nice in a contrasty type way. Okay, just take the bow off for a minute. Yeah, that doesn't really work, but I just thought, oh, we'll just try the bow with the butterfly. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Just wondered whether that might work at all. Oh, maybe the butterfly up there, actually. Yeah, I think let's put the butterfly up there. And then I'm just going to see whether we'd be able to get away with the bow as well. Probably not, but you know, you just never can tell. Don't know, to be honest. I mean, we have got this, which we could stamp, I guess. Yeah, I'm actually thinking perhaps we should stamp this in black down there. Or perhaps I could have a bright book plate. Might be nice. Hold on, let me just grab those. Oh, come on. No, everything but those now. I only used them yesterday, so they are definitely here, very close to me. Somewhere. Right, here they are. Oh, how about one of these? Okay. Let's just see. Oh, I love how that looks. That is so nice. Right, yeah, let's go for that. And these are just the bright book plates from my shop. So you've got the bright butterflies, the black words, and then the bright book plates, so which I've now stuck on completely lopsided. Oh dear. Might have to re-stick that because, yeah, it was looking a bit too lopsided. Please don't stick it on lopsided again. Okay, yeah. That looks nice, doesn't it? Right, let's put that one to one side. Okay, final one. Right, must now get a bit of a move on here because I feel like this is now really lengthy. Okay, right. Again, just like pulling these in just because they happen to be here. I'm not saying these are definitely kind of like you know, what I would want to put with this, but yeah, they're just kind of here on my desk, so I might as well just try a couple while they're here. I mean, we could have like a bow off to the side, I suppose. I hope this is dry, completely dry. Oh, it's a little bit wet down there. Oh, honestly, shocking how long this all takes to dry. Although, to be fair, I did probably put quite a few layers of paint and what have you on. Right. Okay. Right, okay. Let's get rid of the decent stays on. And I'm going to again use my other stays on. Do I want to do some shading around the butterfly? Oh, do you know, let's just go for it, shall we? So again, just taking my watercolour pencil and going around the edge of that butterfly, and then I'm going to be kind of dragging that out. So just see whether I can have some down here. Okay. So again, just using my wipe, you know, which is again, like I say, a bit of finger painting, and we just then go around there. Okay. It's quite nice, doesn't it? And then, okay, four. Oops, did not make a good job of cutting that word out. So yeah, let's just tidy that up a bit. Right, beautiful. So just wondering whether I could have a few words on this one. Oh, how gorgeous would that look? So yeah, I'm going to have a few, I think, on here. So like that, and then now have I got my gold paint stick here? Been using it constantly lately. So yeah, I've probably now put it somewhere else, or it's slid under something else. No, can't see it. I wonder if it's up here at all. No, can't see it up there either. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, honestly, that's become like an essential part of my my crafting now. That gold paint stick. And so many of you have asked me what paint stick it is. It's the Little Brian paint sticks. Yeah, really, 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 really love it. And I've said this so many times. The gold one especially. Now, my gold one's nearly run out now. When it does, I'm going to just look for a gold paint stick to see if I can just get a gold one. Because, to be honest, I'm not saying the others were not great. You know, I'm sure that they were. But for me personally, I will not really use the other colours at the same rate I will use the gold. So I'm going to shop around and see if I can find just a gold one. You know, even if it's a different brand, I'm going to just see about that. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking I'm not really going to get through the other colours at the same rate that I get through the gold one. So it's not really kind of, you know, it would be pointless having to buy the whole set again just really for the gold. That's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't want to have to do that. Again, just going around here with that black stays on. So again, like I say, I mean, this is an older black stays on that I've had for quite some time. You know, I've replaced it. But when I replace them, I do tend to keep the older ones for things like this, because they're just then really good for just going around edges and things. And, you know, it's just picking up on the texture in odd places. Can you see, like, we've got a bit of a drag there going on? And I love that look. Really, really love it. And, you know, it just seems to me this is like a good, easy way to achieve it, you know. So yeah, I do tend to hang on to them. And then what I normally do is when I then buy my next one, obviously I then throw the old tatty one away and keep the previous brand new one as my new old one, if that makes sense. So yeah, it didn't even make sense to my ears as I said it, so I'm not sure whether it would have made much sense to anybody else, but right. Like that. And just got this one with Delight on there. Okay. that. Okay, right, let me just mop up the gold paint. Okay, what do we think to that one? I don't know whether it needs anything else. I mean, I can't help but feel like it does possibly need something else. Yeah, I'm just not too sure what. I mean, if I was really clever, I would probably go around the butterfly a bit with some black and maybe kind of like, you know, blacken some of the lines and things. I can't help but think this is going to be another bit of a thing that I wish I hadn't done. Much like in my art journal series with those black spidery flower things that I ended up doing. You know, yeah, be another situation where I think, what was I thinking? The thing is, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I watch all these other amazing YouTubers and, you know, I kind of think, oh, you know, I love what they're doing. I love that. I love that. And then I think, oh, I can go and do that, you know, because they've made it look so easy. And of course, it's not really that easy, is it? Because, you know, you're either that way inclined or you're not, aren't you? Yeah. So I should try and just remember that and know my limits. So I'm just dragging some of this out. I mean, for me, I think that has kind of just brought that butterfly out of himself a little bit. So yeah, I quite like that. I could go around the edge of the butterfly, maybe with a Sharpie or something like that. You know, draw around it. I don't know, you know, whether that's necessary, but yeah, something else I could do. And I've also got these metallic, you know, like my white gel pen. I treated myself to a couple of metallic ones. So I've got this coppery colour and I've got the gold. Now I haven't even used these actually yet. So I'm just wondering whether I could do anything like kind of maybe outline the butterfly in gold. So let's just kind of give that a try. You know, just other ways to make the butterfly stand out. I mean, I'm not saying it's not standing out, because of course it is standing out quite a bit really, but just, you know, some other ways, other things to do, I suppose. Okay. And then, to be honest, could actually do like some other lines here, I suppose, in the gold. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Just colour that one in. Right, so I don't know whether really the, you know, camera is really picking that up. But to be honest, I mean, it's just brought that butterfly out slightly without kind of going too, you know, too crazily over the top. Could draw like a black line around the edge of the card, or again, maybe like a gold line around. So, yeah, shall we just do that? And again, I'm just going to be super messy. Not straight at all, but just going around here like adding a frame like that. Oops. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then just up here and straight through the butterfly, and then just, oops, that pen's now picked up some paint, so it's not wanting to draw very well there. So yeah, we've just kind of made a bit of a frame there. So again, I don't know whether you can really see that, but it's just making it stand out slightly more, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, I think that looks quite nice, to be honest. So again, like I say, completely very different type of look for me. You know, yeah, very, very different type of thing for me. But I really, really, really enjoyed doing these. So all three of them, I think, you know, they have very different looks and, you know, have come out very differently. But I really loved doing them all, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not sure which one's my favourite, actually. Yeah, possibly the window, actually. I think that one is really, really nice. So yeah, let me know what you think, and have fun if you're doing some finger painting in the finger painting challenge. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.